Welcome to Tongue Block Study Number 1 at bluesharmonica.com. In this lesson, we're going to apply the techniques that you learned in Blues Harmonica Fundamentals, very specifically moving across the range of the harmonica in your first study song, using the single-hole tongue block embouchure from holes 1 all the way up to hole 9. We'll also learn how to play two-note combinations and the technique of the shake, and give you an opportunity to use the tremolo in action. This lesson is for beginning harmonica players or those new to the tongue block embouchure. If you're new to the tongue block embouchure, most likely you've been using the pucker embouchure up to this point. This is the next stage in your training. Tongue blocking is the embouchure that our great blues harmonica players used. When we listen to Rice Miller, John Lee Williamson's Sonny Boy 1, Rice Miller's Sonny Boy 2, or Little Walter, Big Walter Horton, George Harmonica Smith, and all the people that they influenced, they used the tongue block embouchure as their primary embouchure. So to learn the tongue block embouchure gives you access to all the great techniques that are tongue block specific. For example, if I was to play in a pucker embouchure this lick, if I take that same technique and play it in the tongue block embouchure, it sounds the same, but once my tongue is on the face of the harmonica, it gives me the option to start with my tongue off to have a chord lead into a single note. That technique's called the slap. We'll learn that in the next lesson. Or the tongue can come off in a rhythmic fashion. That's called the pull. We'll learn that in tongue block study number 3. So this lick in the pucker embouchure turns into this in the tongue block embouchure. But now you have the option of slaps, for example, in the tongue block embouchure. Now we start to get a bigger sound. And blues harmonica is all about a big sound and big tone. I can take that last note and add a flutter. That's where the tongue comes on and off the harmonica. If I want to play in a more rhythmic fashion, that blues harmonica is so known for, especially in the shuffles and the swings, that's where I'm putting a slap on the downbeat and a pull on the upbeat. So anyways, my little demonstration here is to show you that the tongue block embouchure gives you the availability of techniques that you didn't have before. And as you're going through your training, learn it exactly the way that I teach you. And then once you've gone through all 5 of the tongue block study songs, then you can decide where you want to use your prior embouchure and the tongue block embouchure if you decide not to just tongue block all the time, which is what most players end up doing, especially if you really like that traditional sound of blues harmonica. Prerequisites for this lesson are that you've watched the welcome video on your dashboard. The dashboard is the first page that loads up when you log in. Make sure to watch that. And you've gone through Blues Harmonica Fundamentals. The instruction approach for this study and most of the studies on the website is that I've written a study song for you. In the song, each chorus, which in this case is 8 bars long, takes some of the techniques that you've learned and puts them into the context of music. My first chorus, for example, for you, the main focus is just to move across the range of the harmonica playing the single note tongue block. The second chorus, we go to the low end of the harmonica, learning how to play holes 1, 2, and 3. Beyond that, we start moving up and down the harmonica a little bit quicker, and we start using two-note combinations and other techniques like the shake. Each chorus represents about 2 weeks' worth of work. There are 6 choruses in the song, the 7th chorus bringing the first chorus back. That's called a head. So you can expect this to take you about 3 months. For those of you who have a little bit more practice time each day, you might find yourself get through the song in 2 months. If you don't have as much practice time available to you, the song might take you 4 months. All right, it's time to get started. Grab your A harmonica, download your PDFs and your MP3s. There's 2 PDFs. The first one are the exercises, and that's what we're going to start with. The other one is the actual study song. The MP3s, I provide for you 3 speeds, one at full tempo, one at 15% slow, and one at 30% slow, and also a jam track when you're ready to play along with the band by yourself. Always start with the 30% slow, the slower version, and the goal is to use that 30% slow version until you can play the whole song well at that slower tempo. And of course, slow down any more difficult parts with a program like the Amazing Slowdowner so that you can isolate those more challenging parts and get reps with that. Once you can play at the 30% slow, then move to 15% slow, and then your ultimate goal is at full tempo. Keep in mind, for me as your instructor, speed is not important. So when it comes time to submitting your recording for feedback, if you prefer to play the song, say 10 or 15% slow at whatever percentage you want, go ahead and do that. Again, you can use a program like the Amazing Slowdowner to slow down the jam track to play to. All right, let's get started.